Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Friday, February the 2nd, 2023. Friday, February the 2nd. Well, really, everyone, today is about pretty much, different people mourning and paying their condolences regarding everybody hearing the news about Spencer. So I'm gonna get right into that, but I forgot to put my comment corner comments up. So I'm doing that right now as we speak. But before I even get into that, everybody, if you are not subscribed to this YouTube channel, please subscribe, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. So now let's begin. I got my comment corner ready to rock and roll. So we have Laura comes home. And wait a minute, that ain't right. What's going on here? That's the wrong one. Y'all, I uploaded the wrong picture. Let me get the right picture here. Okay, this is for February the 2nd. Yes, I sure did do the wrong one. February the 2nd here. And now I'm going to do another one. Okay, now Laura arrives home. Kevin is at the door greeting her. She's so distraught, and I'm telling you, I got a little teary eyed too, y'all. When I saw that, because see, part of her is feeling like, you know what? I should have listened to Spencer when he said she had her memory back. I just want to see the good in everybody, And wow, rough. So then Sonny comes over because apparently she called Sonny and just told him over the phone, hey, let me tell you something. Your nephew's dead. you know. So she said, I'm sorry that I broke the news to you over the phone. And he goes, no matter how you would have broke it to me, it still would have been rough. So he hugs her, she's crying, he's fighting back the tears, right? So after the hug, she steps back and she's wiping her tears, and Sonny is just, is there anything I could do? And then she said, Sonny, I need to talk to you about something else. It's not just what happened to Spencer. I need to let you know. See, cross the line, buddy. Cross the line. The brutal, savage beating of my brother. Mm-mm. Sonny, and she said, we have been friends for decades. And I respect you, but not this. Mm-mm. I can't respect nor can I condone those actions. He says, you're right. You're right. I let him goad me and I lost my cool. She said, Sonny, you lost more than your cool. You beat him within almost an inch of his life. An inch of it. She says, mm-mm. He goes, Laura, you're right. You are, he's like, hey, almost like, sorry, I let you down, because she said, I should not have lost control like that. So then you can hear ruckus outside where Dex is at. And they can hear Cyrus. I want to get in. So Kevin goes and he opens the door, and Laura's like, oh no, not him. So he comes in, dear sister, I am so sorry for what you got through, the loss of our beloved Spin. And Sonny's like, nobody wants you here. And he goes, I'm here to see if there's any kind of comfort I can give you. Sonny's like, nobody wants your comfort. And so Cyrus says, Spencer was my blood too. I kept him safe in Pentonville. And so Sonny says, how did you find out about Spencer anyway? And he said, I keep tabs on my family. Oh, even though they don't want you to. He goes, I'm just sorry, dear sister, that I could not prevent what happened to Spencer happen. I'm sorry, dear sister, right? And so Laura's like over to where Cyrus is, and he goes, sister. Then he starts spouting preacher passages. And she's like, no, no, wait. I can't deal with this right now. She's like, oh my God, stop it. Because everybody knows that part of Cyrus is a lie. It truly is. But he wants to use it. I think Cyrus likes to use it because part of him would love to believe that he believes in it, right? It makes him feel good when he's doing it. Okay. So Sonny's like, Kevin's like, okay, Cyrus, it's time. Come on, it's time for you to go. And he goes, it was not my intention to upset myself. I was just here offering support. And you know what? He was there offering support because they are failing to understand he liked Spencer. He was the one that gave the turtle doves to Spencer to give to Trina, which ultimately is going to really play some kind of role, right? We saw that turtle dove washed up on the shore. So Sonny goes, you know what? I'm gonna walk out with him. Let me walk you out. So they get outside the door, and Sonny's kind of got Cyrus's arm, and Cyrus snatches his arm away. He goes, let me tell you something. I gave you a pass on your assault on me one time. See, what did he say? I want to say, not that I'm a forgiving man, something he said, some kind of like that I'm trying to possess some kind of Christian qualities. He's saying, but I'm a work in progress, something to that effect. And Sonny goes, likewise. Sonny is Sonny. Sonny is Sonny. So they leave. And then we have, let's see, let me upload the next picture, because if I would have uploaded the second picture when I upload the first, it would have done both. It would have done the last picture. Okay, now this picture here, Jocelyn, Eden McCoy is back. Welcome back, Eden. Welcome back, Joss. I will have to say I did appreciate and like the replacement. She grew on me quicker than any replacement ever did. She really did. I would like to see that young lady again. Maybe they will give her another part as something. So anyway, Trina tells her what happened. They both hug each other. They both cry, hug and cry, right? And ultimately, Jocelyn says, have you told Cameron? And Trina's like, no. And Jocelyn says, he needs to hear this from us. So she picks up the phone. She's crying, hello, Cameron. And he was on the other line. We didn't hear his voice, but the way she was talking, he wasn't no voicemail. And she says, I'm here with Trina. And we have to tell you something. We wanted it to hear from you. So she breaks down and she tells him. She's crying as she's telling him. And Trina comes close and they're kind of hugging as they're telling Cam. So now he knows, he's devastated. Now Laura's back at the house. She's sitting there. Now, everybody, the picture that they used was actually the little precocious Spencer that we grew to know and love, who played Spencer for years, that little actor. It was a picture of him back in the Lila's Kids summer camp t-shirt, and she was just crying over her grandson. And somebody knocks at the door. And when they had the knock at the door, she gets up because she's like, well, who gonna answer it? So she gets up, opens the door. Cuteness is back in the house. Cuteness is in the house. He looked at her as if to say, hello, Laura. Hello, grandmother. Huh? I'm back. And of course, but look, I'm not hating on always forget this guy's last name. I mean his name, real name. I'm not hating on Nicholas, but eyes already, because every scene he crying. But okay, this is a scene. You coming to your mother's because you know you heard your son is dead. Okay, so okay, I give him a pass on that. But Laura, she sees little Ace, and she just her eyes. She's crying, but everybody, you could see her eyes just lit up when she saw that little bundle of joy. Cute, he ain't a bundle of joy. He's big boy. Cuteness in the house. And he's looking as if, you know what, this guy took care of me. Nicholas is cool. Cool person, grandmother. So oh, I just smiled so hard when I saw cuteness in the house. Cause anyway, so now let's get to some other stuff that happened. We got Anna and Jordan trying to do their sting, and it was actually working. They actually was stinging out the armed salesman, and but then the FBI came busting in the door. But what happened is we get this strange new face, right? Carly is leaving Bobby's, and she's coming out the door looking down because she's got to get over to the magazine. And she pretty much bumps into this guy, almost spills coffee on him. She goes, I am so sorry. Oh my goodness. And somehow they exchange a few words. Did I get coffee on you? He's like, no, that he was coming to Kelly's. He said he goes, I see the name has changed. She goes, yeah, it did. But they didn't go into it. And he goes, I used to work here years ago. She goes, wow, really? And well, I'm sorry, sorry that I bumped into you. So she is headed out. Now he goes in and to Kelly's. Olivia and little Leo walk up. And so Carly's saying, oh, hi, hey, Carly. And so Olivia says, Leo, can you go inside and sit at the table right there where I can see you? Well, look, she wasn't looking at him too much, right? So anyway, she and Carly start talking, and she goes, I just wanted to make sure you're okay. And I wanted to see how how you feel about the article that came out. She goes, what article? Well, that reporter, which we knew, wrote a very one-sided article, about Nina being replaced with Carly. So Carly says, this is Nina. And Olivia said, yeah, I know it is. She goes, I just was hoping she would have opted for peace. And so Carly looked at her, oh, is that what you were hoping for when you protected her? So they had a chance to now kind of hash it out. But their body language, because yeah, it was real tense in the beginning. And she goes, you chose the woman that did all the hurt. You even let your husband take the fall, and you covered for Nina. She goes, yeah, Carly, but I really, like I said, I had peace in mind, that I felt everyone would be better off. And Carly says, you felt. Never mind what I may have wanted or felt, or, Olivia, you may, and then you let your husband be looked at in a bad light. She goes, remember what we went through when I thought Ned did it? And then when you find out you had proof that he didn't, you didn't want to clear his name. So as they're talking, and she goes, look, I hope you realize, no, I it wasn't that I chose her. I was just trying to choose peace. That's all. So Carly's just looking at her, and she goes, look, um, I've got to, I got to, she sees a man sitting there talking to her son. I got to get inside. So she goes in, and Carly goes back in too. And she says, Leo, who's your friend? Now, mind you, when we find out his name is Jagged at the end, he, Leo says, his name is blah, 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 whatever his name was, right? And so she says, oh, okay. And he says, She says, Leo, can you go to the counter and get yourself what, tell Aunt Carly, what you want, your specialty, right? So he goes, okay. And he goes over there and she's looking like, so why were you talking to my son? And kind of like, who are you? And he goes, he's on the spectrum, isn't he? And so she goes, yes, he is, autism. And he said, I could tell because he was looking at you and Carly outside arguing, and he was getting a little bit agitated and anxious. So I came over here to try to distract him. And she goes, oh, I should have known he was looking and he could tell. And she says, well, thank you, because you did a good job of distracting him. Thank you so much. And so he goes, but listen, he got a phone call. He goes, I got to take this. And he goes, all right, what happened? And he's like, okay, I'll be right there. So he dashes on out. So Carly comes over to Olivia, or Olivia walks over to Carly by the counter and says, Carly, I just want to tell you, I wish you luck with Crimson. You're going to crush it. Everything you get involved with, you do well. And I know you're going to do an excellent job. And she goes, why, thank you. See, which is why I was saying, Nina could try to evict Crimson from the building. Olivia won't let her. She ain't gonna let Nina do that. So Leo comes out and says, whew, are you guys still mad at each other? And so they said, no, Leo, no. He goes, I could tell because your body language is different. And they just looked at him because, he's reading body language, right? So they go, yeah, it is. And so Cardi says, listen, Leo, sometimes friends, they don't always agree. Sometimes friends take a little break. But me and your mother talked about things, and where Olivia says, and hopefully we'll be able to get back on the same page. And so Carly says, I feel we're already getting back on the same page. So they hug. Leo hugs Carly and puts his arm around, puts his arm around both of them, and they hug each other. So that was a really cute little scene. Little Leo is really just, hey, I see what's happening here. So we have Nina. She shows up to talk to Ava. Ava tells them the ordeal that happened on the island and everything, right? Oh no, what's Sonny gonna do? Somebody can come back and try to hurt my Sonny. Blah, 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 blah. So Ava's like, Sonny's got things under control. He's been handling his business for years. You don't have to worry like that. And so anyway, Sonny comes back home and Ava's like, Sonny, I didn't think you were going to be back so soon. He goes, like, I live here. What you talking about? So he sits down and she's saying, like, how did it go at Laura's or what happened? And he goes, Spencer's gone. And Ava said, what? Spencer's dead. And at that time, Nina was coming out the back, and Sonny looked at her like, what you doing in my house? So I guess she was in the back with Avery, right? And Nina says, Spencer's gone. Oh no. Oh no, Sonny. I know how much your nephew means to you. Sonny. He looks at Nina and he says, I can't do this right now. See? And I'm happy they're making Sonny be Sonny. I'm not saying he won't forgive her because look, how many times he forgive Carly for something? I'm not saying he won't ever forgive her. But look, Sonny will divorce you, let you marry somebody else. He might marry somebody else, then come back around and say, you know what? We getting back together again. That's Sonny. I ain't mad at you no more. It only took me 2 years. Now we cool. Right? That's Sonny. So Nina leaves and Ava looks at him and she goes, I've got to go back, Sonny, and I'm gonna call Trina. And he's just sitting on the couch like, yeah. And so she stops before she walks out. She puts her hand on his shoulder and he goes, thank you. And she just walks in the back. They're getting a budding little friendship. They are actually, I think, him living with Ava, because it's the first time they've lived together. He's actually thinking, he's actually looking at her in a better light. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Whatever. They're getting a closer friendship. So that pretty much was it, everybody. That was it. Let's go to comment corner. Comment corner. I'm going to go from the top down. I'm going to start my trusty dusty stopwatch. And here we go. All right, Susan says, what an episode. The guy who showed up at Bobby's chatted with Leo and kept him company till Carly and Olivia came back in Bobby's. Yeah. Then he showed up in the room with Anna and Jordan. What a surprise. Also another surprise. At the very end of the episode, you will be surprised when you see who showed up at Laura's door. We already know. I talked about who showed up at Laura's door. Cuteness in the house, right? And then showed up at Laura's door. This after Cyrus showed up. Laura told him his comments were not helping her and they sent him off. When Sonny came back, he told Ava about Spencer. She was so sad, but also wanted to go see Trina. Joss, Eden McCoy had tears coming down her face when she was talking to Cam. She's back. Yep. I hope the gal who filled in for her will be back as a transfer student, a roommate for Joss. I know. And then we can meet Adam. Wait, we can meet, and they can meet with Adam, and she and Adam might hit it off. But my heart is broken for all of them about Spencer. No one is sad for Esme, and rightfully so, except maybe Kevin a little, but he said that she handled it wrong. Yes, he did say that, right? And then Linda says, Laura was looking at the picture of the little guy that played Spencer. Yep, as a 12-year-old. I hope this means the original actor who played Spencer is coming back to the role. No, he'd be too young. Yeah, that actor is still too young. I love Nicholas Chavez, but I also love the original actor of Spencer. Because he was fire and a handful. He is too young. If they brought him back, it would. His age is. He could not be with Trina. He just can't. That's wouldn't work. I'm gonna have to look up what his age is now. We shall see. Tom says, yeah, right. Drew spent so much time with Scout. Spends so much time with Scout, I know. And then Richard says, another great review, Daily Recap Lady. Safe travels. Yeah, I'm back. It was safe. But you see, look, goodness, I had so much to do, y'all. So I'm giving to this now. Otherworldly says, late news from Lulu's, what? From Lulu recast is dated October 20, that was last year, 2023. The questions asked, who would viewers prefer to see? And then Pixie says, question, is the Spencer Trina storyline over? I know NAC is working, Nicholas Chavez is working on another project, but why not have a temporary in his place? I'm sorry. Even though I says he's too good for General Hospital, could we see anybody else stepping in for Nicholas Chavez? No. Nicholas Chavez. But guess what? When he leaves General Hospital, finally, I will wish that young man well because he's phenomenal. Even when they did the flashbacks of Trina when she was thinking about, different scenes with her and her Spencer, I was like, man, I'm gonna miss him. LaShawn says Eden McCoy will finally return tomorrow as Jocelyn Jacks. Yes, she did. Dacia says Drew Kane should let Jason know what happened. They need to talk as brothers. Jason, he hasn't seen Jason yet. Dacia says is Michael is trying to save his or is trying to save his marriage. He doesn't want to cause any more trouble for his wife Willow. Dacia says Esme was leaving General Hospital. She exit General Hospital. Goodbye, Esme. Well, for now, they always bring villains back. Brenda says Lois need a job on the show. She did designed jewelry necklaces and bracelets on the Bold and the Beautiful. Um, that's what she was Quinn though, not just running her mouth. Come on, General Hospital writings. Come on. Yeah, I know. And Annette says you were great. And Denzel says I'm glad Michael turned down the long neck Drew. What? To not get revenge on Nina. He did the right thing. Yep. I'm glad that Adam stood up to his pops. Bravo. But I got a feeling that it's not the end for Adam and his father. No, I know. We still need to see Adam's mother too. Did you get that? Your son is in the hospital, an attempted suicide, and the mother doesn't show up. There's something wrong with that. And then J Girl says, this vendetta stuff is tiring. Susan says, I think Michael is done. He just wants to make things right with Willow and doesn't want any more to do with Nina. I have a feeling neither does Carly. She just wants to learn her new job and make the best of it. I can't blame Drew. Nina just makes it easier to dislike her. And wait till he reads that magazine, the article that reporter did. Lisa says, have a safe trip. Daily recap, lady. I sure did. And then she says, goodbye, Mr. Right. Adam is going independent. Get his abusive father out of there. With financial aid, it's based off of the parents' income because they supported him. Felicia can help him file for a scholarship. Yeah. Now I wonder since Spencer's gone, will she lean on Adam? Because remember, Adam was into her in the beginning. Let's see. He thinks he's running the hospital himself, making all these demands and tossing people out. I know. Nah, Courtney, the temporary character that played the replacement Jocelyn, it was her last day of or today on General Hospital. Eden McCoy will be back tomorrow. Yep, I know. But they can bring her back as somebody else. They really can. And then Lisa says, Drew is not being Drew. Michael can't go after Nina because Willow would flip out and keep if he kept going after her. He can't go after Nina anymore. He's going to work and not be a part of Drew's revenge. P. Merrill says, I always thought Michael would eventually resign. I know. He really doesn't need the job or Drew's hospitality. So, I expect you at your desk. I'm sorry, who you think you're talking to? I work and run circles around you, Drew. And if I truly wanted to reach back, I could order a hit app on you as well. Okay, I am proud of his maturity and integrity. Now, if he can give Willow time to see the reason and forgive him. I know Willow just needs a little time. She'll forgive him. Trust, look, they do everything Wiley wants. All Wiley has to say is, Mama, can Daddy come to dinner? Daddy, come make dinner. Oh, they gonna give in to that boy. And then Linda says, I'm still going to say it's Jason shooting at Sonny. You know what? It probably is. He's being brainwashed. The reason I think it's Jason because Jason knows Sonny's inside workings of Sonny's organization. Yep. Jason is deliberately missing his target, and Jason Morgan does not miss, period. I know. I think someone has leverage over Jason. Jason is being forced to do so because someone Jason cares for is being threatened. I can only think of as Morgan. Alcazar would be the long lost enemy of Sonny's. Let's see what happened. J Girl says, I agree. It is Jason, probably programmed by Victor or the WSB. And then Lisa says, Lois will plan Brooklyn's wedding like a garage sale style wedding. Let Brooklyn have her wedding the way she wants it, not a tent in a trailer park type wedding. That's funny. And then Linda says, this is my last comment. I hope the actor who stepped in for the character Joss gets recast to play Adam's love interest. I know, because they have good chemistry together. Another Worley says, yes, she did. Richard says to Another Worley, facts. And then Susan says, they do. I hope she comes back as Josh's new roommate since Trina is not going to be up to school and wants to take the semester off. And who can blame her? Josh and Trina proceeded to call Cam. Yes, they did. And then Susan went on to do a really great comment. Everybody, I'm past my 10 minutes. That's it for Comment Corner. Comment Corner. I will be back tomorrow for another daily recap of General Hospital.